Carbon Dino Basketball on 95.3 The Peak. Welcome to the Carbon Dino pregame show on KRPX 95.3 The Peak. Brought to you by Landon's Diesel Service. Leave your truck in the hands of those who know diesel engines. Landon's Diesel Service at 540 South 300 West in Price. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Sonny Buscarini.
Welcome to Carbon Dino Basketball here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play tonight. It's the Lady Dinos taking a court here on a Tuesday night as Manti comes to town. Manti comes in 5-16 overall, 1-5 in region play, and the Lady Dinos come in 8-13, 2-4 overall in region play. The Dinos sit right now number 11 in the RPI rankings, and Manti sits number 12. It should be a good one on paper here at Carbon High School tonight. Joining me here in the broadcast booth in a minute will be Aiden Mortensen. I'm Sonny Buscarini. Sit back, relax, and enjoy Carbon Dino basketball tonight. And then we'll have some more Carbon Dino basketball tomorrow night as me and Aiden will be traveling to Manti for the boys. And then on Friday night, we will be back again with the boys in Emory as the Carbon Dinos will battle the Emory Spartans. So a lot of basketball this week here on 95.3 The Peak. And Aiden, tonight, pretty important game in the region play and the RPI rankings for both of these teams.
Yeah, it's a major night of implications both here and across the region, Sonny. We're going to start to see how Region 13 will shake out in the long run on the women's side tonight, as lots of teams come in with pretty even records, all trying to break away. Of course, you have tonight here in Jurassic Park as the Lady Dinos face off against the Manti Templars, as you mentioned, but over on our sister station, KOAL, 107.3 FM and 750 AM, we're looking at pretty much a pseudo-region championship between the number 2 and the number 3 teams in the state as Emory and North St. Pete duke it out again. That's going to be on KOAL as well as on YouTube at Castle Country Radio Emory. But here on 95.3 The Peak and Castle Country Radio Carbon, we're looking at some pretty big implications right now. The Dinos sit third in Region 13 with a 2-4 record. They have split the season series with Union, but tonight they're looking for a season sweep against Manti. So a win here helps secure that positioning just a little bit. And then, of course, they've got that rivalry matchup on Thursday over in the Spartans Center. They're here this go-around.
Yep. Yes. And we'll take a look at the Region 13 standings for the Lady Dinos. Leading the way, North St. Pete. They sit 7-0. Man, they're playing good basketball.
That they are, Sonny. They have looked electric. They had a narrow win over Emory. That's why they're 2-3 in the RPI. But it's one of those teams who's come out this year. North St. Pete's just having an athletic outburst. They won the 3A state volleyball championship. They're just dominant across the board. They have a very good group of athletes this year, and they're taking full advantage of it. As is the case with Emory. They win a championship in girls cross country, and now looking to try and find the success they've found over the last 2 seasons by making it back to that state title game. I know head coach John Fomalo looking to break his losing streak in the title match.
Yeah, they sit 5-1 and in second place in region play, and then quite a bit of a gap from second to third sits the Carbon Dinos with the 2-4 record, so they're almost 3 games behind Emory. Then you have Manti 1-5 and Union 1-6 in the region. So when you have a couple of teams 7-0, 5-1, you're going to see some separation from top to bottom. Something we don't see in the men's side because it's so close. But on the women's side, with North St. Pete being 7-0, it's kind of stretched the region out.
Yeah, that it has, Sonny. And in a region like this, you've got the 2 teams who are beating everybody, and then the teams who are on that bottom half of the rankings who are beating each other. So the Lady Dinos looking to come out of that pack on top tonight. A 3-4 record could be theirs in region play with a victory. And then You can upset Emory here in Jurassic Park like you did just a year ago. That brings you to an even 500 in region play, so they have a lot to go for right now because that also boosts them in terms of RPI.
We will take a break, and when we come back, we'll go through and look at the RPI rankings from top to bottom in the 3A classification. Then we'll also look at both teams, talk about both teams, get Aiden's thought. We'll have the starting five. It'll be time for Lady Dinos basketball on a Tuesday night on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cache Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cache Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino Basketball, 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. It's the Lady Dinos tonight against the Manti Lady Templars, and we'll take a look at the RPI rankings. And Aiden, just chime in as we go right up the ladder here. We'll start at the bottom. Number 16, Ben Lomond. They are 4-17, and then Logan is 15 with a 5-12 record. Providence Hall 6-15. They set number 14. Number 13, Juab at 4-14. Number 12, Manti with a 5-16 record, and number 11, the Carbon Dinos with an 8-13 record. So you have 11 versus 12 tonight, and that's your 11 through 16.
Yeah, and that's a pretty nice little stretch of basketball. The only similarity you see on the men's side to the girls' side is those bottom three teams, Ben Lomond, Logan, Providence Hall. From there on out, it really shakes up, and right now, tonight, it's going to be a fun matchup between 12-1. Last time we saw these two teams on the floor, Carbon came away with a narrow 2-point victory. It was right down to the wire, 37-35. So tonight, they know they can beat the Templars, but are they going to be able to recapture that magic that they found over when they were playing on their home court?
Absolutely. And then sitting number 10 is Ogden. Here 10-11. Richfield 9 with a 9-12 record. Union is 8 with an 11-9 record. Morgan 7, 11-10. And then Grantsville sits number 6 with a 10-11 record. Talk a little bit about Grantsville. There's a reason why.
Yeah, there is a very, very good team out there in Grantsville. And right now, if the bracket were to close today, and as we get closer and closer to the end of the regular season, that's who we're looking to match up against. Now, the last we saw of them in the Castle Country was when they played Emory early on in the season. Emory came away with a victory in that contest, but that's always a tough team. They've been number 1 in the state for the last 3 years, but lost a lot of good seniors last season, lost a head coach, so they're in a bit of a reload year.
Yeah. Number 5 sits Layton Christian Academy. They're 11-8. Canyon View sits number 4 with the 12-10 record. Emory, number 3 with the 12-8 record. North St. Pete with a 16-5 record. That's the team 7-0 in our region right now, the highest ranked team in the region. And Delta sits number 1 with an 18-2 record.
Yeah, so you get a pretty nice spread in Region 13. Last year we saw that it was all clogged up at the top. It felt like we were playing 1 through 5 when it came to the bracket, but this year, not the case. You have a more fair distribution of teams all throughout, and I think that plays into the Dinos' favor as we see them sit at 3rd place in this region. So, like you said, playoffs right around the corner. A lot to play for tonight in terms of RPI. One thing I do like about the RPI, though, is that 1 win and 1 loss won't really make or break you in the long run. It's a very cumulative thing. We saw that when Carbon on the boys' side beat Emory, and we see it right now in those results with Richfield currently sitting at that 9 slot. They lost to Manti last week. They fell to the Templars 54. They won 28-23, a very defensive, a very gritty battle against the Wildcats and the Templars, and that's always a good rivalry game to go out and watch. So we know this is a Manti team right now who's playing some of their best basketball of the season, and it's coming from the defensive side of things. That's where both of these two teams are going to make their mark tonight on the court, is on defense. When you see the Dinos win, it's because it's a low-scoring affair. When you see Manti win, it's because it's a low-scoring affair. Both of these teams have players who can put the ball in the basket, but overall the composition remains mainly on the defensive side.
That's a look at the RPI rankings. We'll take a break here on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Come back, talk a little bit more about both teams. Go through and look at the roster, look at some scoring, and spend some time on each team here on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show when we come back.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a four-legged word.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You're listening to Carbon Dyno Basketball on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back, Carbon Dyno Basketball, 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play tonight. The Lady Manti Templars come to town to battle the Carbon Dynos in Region 13 play. And Aiden, as we look at the roster for Manti, they are led by Madeline Bridges, the sophomore point guard / shooting guard. She wears number 13, and we'll be saying her name a lot tonight. She is averaging 13 points per game.
And that it speaks exactly to what makes these two teams so unique in this region, is that there is a lot of young talent between both of these squads. And Madeline Bridges, going to be a name we're going to be talking about the next few years as a sophomore, averaging those 13.2 points per game. She is a floor general out there. Not only can she score, Sonny, she's going to pass. She's going to try and find her open teammate. She's going to be the one conducting this offense.
Another problem for the Dino defense tonight will be number 11, the forward. She's a senior, Carly Thompson. She's averaging 10.4 points per game.
And last time these two teams met, Sonny, that was the storyline. Carly Thompson down low in the paint, battling the likes of Harley Hopes. That was a fun showdown between these two teams. Harley fought a last-second charge to come away with the 2-point victory, 37-35 in their last matchup. She also led all scorers in the contest with 11 points. So we know that's kind of going to be that marquee matchup we have circled.
Andalyn Dewey, 6.2 points per game for the junior, wears number 3.
And she helps provide some of that spacing on the floor. She's going to be the one you got to watch out for along the three-point line. You want to make sure that you have her covered at all times because she's liable to go off.
Then after that, we have a lot of players averaging 2 points per game, 1.5 points per game, a lot of them. So a lot of kids can score the basketball on this Manti basketball team if they need to.
And honestly, that's going to be what this contest is going to come down to, Sonny. It's going to come down to who can win those factors we always talk about, the turnovers, the offensive rebounds, things like that. But it's also going to come down to who can get those extra players going, who can get a full effort from their 5 on the floor at any given time, plus the added bench players. Who's going to get the most production out of their groups at any given time? I think the team that does that, the team who can course the most production from their players, is going to be the one who comes away with the victory.
Now you talk about balanced scoring. When you look at the Carbon Lady Dinos, this is a team that is very balanced in their scoring. It's almost amazing how balanced they are when you look at it. They're led by the senior point guard, Bailey Johnson. She wears number 14. She's averaging 8.5 points per game.
Yeah, and Bailey is so fun to watch, and she's also very intelligent with the game of basketball. We've had her up here a few times for the post-game show, and she really does know what she's talking about. She knows how the game ebbs and flows and how she wants to try and manipulate the team to get to do what she wants, how she wants to try and work these defenses over. And when she gets going, Sonny, she is hard to stop. She can score inside. She can score outside. She plays pretty lockdown defense as well. So she's a real complete player and a true senior leader for this team.
And so can Smith. She's averaging 6.1 points per game as well.
Yeah, and we know Malia from her stardom on the soccer field, Sonny, but it's traveled over to the world of basketball. And I've always thought that those two sports are a lot more similar than we give it credit for, mainly in terms of how you're going to try and read an opposing defense. You're trying to find those passing lanes. You're trying to find lanes where you can dribble through. You're boxing out to get physical to try and grab rebounds when you miss. There's a lot of similarities between that game, and it shows when Malia's on the floor. She sees it like she sees the soccer field, and that's what makes her so smart on the hardwood.
Then you have Harley Hopes. She's averaging 4.2 points per game, and her scoring average continues to go up every game.
Yeah, she continues to climb upwards. Harley is the lone true center on this team, and because of that, she gets tasked with a lot, whether it be trying to grab rebounds, whether it be blocking shots, guarding the interior. She has a large load placed on her to try and defend the opposing team and try and take over within the paint. She's one of the only true centers in this region, it feels. The only other one you can really look at is Aaliyah Callie over in Emory, but outside of that, it feels like height is lacking in this region, and that's an area where Harley Hopes has really started to figure things out.
Now talking about 3 points per game, in the 3-point average per game, you have Nelson, Morley, Orth, and Bradford and Jones for Carbon. Now that's when we're starting to say the balanced attack on the offensive side for the Dinos. You have 5 girls there averaging 3 points per game.
And I think it's those players we're going to have to keep an eye on tonight, because we know that Johnson is going to score, we know that Smith is going to score, and we know that Hopes is going to score. It's going to come down to that slew of 3-point per game scorers to really have an impact. And it feels like every game we have at least one of them go off. Early on in the season against Richfield, it was Jones who went on a 3-point barrage, which is raining it in from deep, nearly won them that game. Last contest, as the Dinos faced off against the region-leading North San Pete Hawks, it was the likes of Orth who was getting the damage done. She had an incredible evening. She was just dominant all end. She ends the game with 18 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. So I think it's fair to say the freshman really coming into her own.
Bowman, Cartwright, and Jones all averaging in the between 2.7, 2.4 per game.
Yeah, and it's that depth that really gives the Dinos an edge in some of these matchups, because they run nearly this entire roster at any given point. Because Coach Blank, he likes to run a very high-paced offense built off of fast breaks and aggressive full-court pressing on defense. He also likes to run that trap in the half court. So you look at all of those factors coming into it. You look at all these different things that are coming into play with this offense and defense for the Carbon Dinos. You're going to see a very fast-paced game, and because of that, you're going to see a lot of substitutions flying in as well. It gives the Dinos some versatility as well, because if you find a group who's really clicking at any given time, you're going to leave them in for a bit longer. You're going to get them flowing together. You're going to try and build that lead as much as you can before the offense wears them down, and they have to take a quick rest break. So that's what I like about Coach Blake's strategy, is that he is willing to do anything and everything to try and win any odd combination of players on the floor. We've probably seen them this season at some point play together, because that's how this offense works best.
Take a look at the starting 5. First for Manti. We'll run down it real quick. Number 3, the junior shooting guard, Adeline Dewey, averaging 6.2 points per game. She wears number 3. Number 11, Carly Thompson, the senior forward. She is averaging 10.4 points per game. Madeline Bridges, the sophomore point guard / shooting guard, wears number 13, 13.2 points per game. Tanel Anderson, the freshman center, number 22, averaging 3 points per game. And Brenna Larson, the freshman forward, wearing number 23, averaging 2.6 points per game. In that starting 5, the Dinos are going to have to do what to keep this offense of Manti under control?
You're going to have to find a way to stop one of Bridges or Thompson. If you can take one of them out, put all the load on another, then that's going to make it a much taller task. for the Templars to try and succeed in this game. And we've looked throughout the season, throughout the region slate, Sonny. The theme has been when the Dinos have come away with the victory, or even a few of their losses, they play these teams close and they play them very scrappy. These are very low-scoring affairs. 55-44, 45-44, 37-35, 46-25, 32-29, 68-47. That 68-47 stands out as an anomaly for this team, and that's because they were playing against that region-leading team in North St. Pete who can pile on points in a hurry. So it's a low-scoring team, but that's the same way that Manti likes to play. You look through their recent schedule, especially as they got into region play, and it's a dogfight night in, night out. 37-35 a loss to the Dinos, 50-46 win over Union, a 47-38 loss to Emory, a 28-23 win over Richfield. These are two teams who like to keep that score low. They like to let the defense do the talking. So the team that can get out and establish themselves quicker is going to be the one who has a clear advantage early on.
Let's turn the page and let's take a look at the Carbon Dinos tonight. Leading the starting five for the Lady Dinos tonight will be the senior wearing number 2, Emma Bowman. She's averaging 2.7 points per game.
Yeah, and Bowman is going to be a problem. She is a defensive menace, Sonny. She plays her best when she's out guarding someone on the perimeter. I'd expect to see her on either Bridges or we're going to see her on Dewey, trying to shut one of them down early on.
Kayla Orth, the freshman guard/forward, wears number 12, 3.5 points per game.
And I think it's very important for the Dinos to get Orth going early and often. You want to have her hand be hot as they go into the later stretches of this game where shot making going to be a real skill. And as I said, last game out, she had 18 points and 7 rebounds. So she can bang down low. She can shoot from beyond the arc. You want to see her going, and you want to see her going quickly. That way the Dinos have at least one go-to scoring option outside of Johnson.
Malia Smith, the sophomore point guard, shooting guard, wears number 13. She averages 6.1 points per game.
Yeah, and she does it in a very crafty way. She benefits a lot from that full court press we talked about earlier that the Dinos love to break out because she is so quick. She reads passing lanes extremely well. She jumps in, intercepts the ball, and she goes in up for easy lay-ins. That's how Malia really makes her name for herself on the court. That's the style of basketball she plays, and she's very good at what she does.
Senior guard, number 14, Bailey Johnson. She leads the team in scoring with 8.5 points per game.
I think it all gets started with Bailey, Sonny. If she gets going, the rest of this team is going to get going. If she's off, it's going to take some time for the team to get into it. We saw it against Emory when these two teams met, that if you can shut down Johnson, the offense just doesn't flow as effectively because they like to do a lot of things through her. They like to get her scoring early, and then from there, they like to run the offense through her. They like to get the ball in her hands, let her make the reads, let her try and navigate the defense. And because of that, the Dinos offense gets going, and it kind of lives and dies by her.
Senior center Harley Hopes wears number 22, averaging 4.2 points per game.
And honestly, I think Harley probably has the biggest assignment tonight, trying to man the paint down low and get them going in the post. If you can dominate the post against this Manti team, especially in your matchup against Carly Thompson, if you can hold her beneath that 10.4 point per game average, if you can hold her to about 5 or 6 and limit her rebounds, especially on the offensive side of things, then you're going to set yourself up for a lot of success. Because of that, I'm interested to see how this matchup plays up. Harley has a lot to try and take on tonight, but we've seen it before. She's very capable of playing excellent defense on very talented players.
Carbon High School, they sit number 11 in the RPI. Manti coming here to Carbon High tonight to battle the Lady Dinos. They sit number 12. It's 8-13, 2-4 in region play. Carbon against 5-16, 1-5 in region play. Manti, when we come back here on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino Basketball. Starting five is being announced here at Carbon High School. We're just seconds away. Once again, it'll be Dewey, Thompson, Bridges, Anderson, Larson. That will be the starting five for Manti. The starting five tonight for the Dinos will be Bowman, Orth, Smith, Johnson, Hopes. We're ready to go here. Dinos wear their white uniforms, blue numbers. Manti tonight, the gray uniforms with the red numbers. We're about ready to go. And Aiden, I think the first quarter of this game is going to be huge.
That it is. Whoever can control that first sets the tone for the rest of the game. So the Dinos come out hot, they come out looking sharp, then that's going to be a very clear indicator that they're coming here ready to play. They don't want to be handed another region loss. They want to earn the sweep against Manti. As of right now in region round 2, Sonny, they are winless. So hunting for that third region win. It's been eluding them. They have a good chance tonight against Manti.
Starting five being announced. We're about ready to go here. At Carbon High School, Lady Dinos, Region 13 play. Sonny Buscarini and Aiden Mortensen bring you the action. We got a big game at Emory tonight on our sister station with North St. Pete and Emory. You have the number 2, number 3 teams playing there. Number 1 and number 2 in Region 13. We'll keep you updated on that game as well. That game on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. But here on 95.3 The Peak, this is where the Dinos play, and we're ready to go. Dinos go right to left on your radio dial. Jumping will be Hopes for the Lady Dinos. Jumping against Anderson, and we're ready. We just wait for the referee to blow the whistle, and we'll be underway. And here we go. Big region game tonight. There's the tip. Controlled by Johnson, and it will be Carbon Dino basketball. Smith swings over to the right side, goes to Bowman, back to Smith. Johnson on the left side. Tempted to get the ball to Orth, knocked away, they get it back. Break for the Dinos. Johnson kicks it outside. Bowman on the wing right. Smith, Johnson down the barrel. No good. Long off the back of the iron. Rebound out of bounds. Will go to Manti. So the Dinos' first offensive possession comes up empty. Manti gets their first of the ball game here with 7:34 left to play.
And it was a good look for the Dinos, just unable to get the shot to fall. Hopes are almost corralled. The offensive board just couldn't get her fingertips on it.
So Manti's first possession of the ball game. Dewey swings it over to the right side, goes to Thompson. Thompson on the wing right. 3-point shot up and no good by Bridges. Offensive rebound up and no good. Another offensive rebound for Manti. Pass underneath, count it, and a foul. So lots of offensive rebounding, lots of second chance opportunities, and Anderson gets it to go and she'll go to the free throw line for a chance for a 2-point play. Manti on the board first, 2-0, 7:09 left to play first quarter.
Well, you get 3 offensive boards in one possession, Sonny. Things are going to start looking your way, and that's the case for Tennille Anderson. Gets the shot to fall and a chance to earn 3 points the old-fashioned way alongside it.
Anderson's free throw off the glass and in.
Banks open. If it works, you're not going to ding it one bit.
Nope. Couple of seconds after that goes in, nobody cares if it went off the glass or not, right? The scoreboard still says 3-0. Carbon with the basketball down low. They try to go to Hopes and over her head and out of bounds and a turnover. The ball goes back the other way to Manti. They lead 3-0.
And they recognize the advantage Harley has down low going up against a freshman big. She can dominate in that area. She's much stronger just due to physical development that happens between your freshman and your senior year, but they just have not been able to find her hands yet.
Dewey past the half-court stripe. Top of the circle now goes left side, hands the ball off to Thompson. Thompson has it stolen. Orth the other way. Layup, no, halfway down. Gets her own rebound, puts it up, no again. And the rebound comes down to Manti. Carbon can't get the ball to go in the basket. It's 3-0. With the basketball down past the half court goes Dewey. Dewey on the right side, picked up there by Smith. Takes it top of the circle, picks up for dribble. Outside it goes to Bridges. Bridges between the circles, goes around the screen. Underneath, nice pass for 2. Bridges with a beautiful pass underneath to Anderson. Anderson has 5, and it's a 5-0 Manti lead.
Well, right now, the battle of the bigs being won by the freshman. She has looked incredible in the painted area.
Down low to Hopes. Turnaround shot off the glass and good. Harley Hopes, first basket of the ball game for the Dinos. 5:49 left to play first quarter, 5-2 Manti. Larson with the ball. 3-point line traveled. Double dribbled.
It was a very similar violation. It's potato at that point. Either way, the Dinos get the ball, and they're starting to respond down low. Now that Harley's kind of found her rhythm, as have her teammates, they're finding her hands, and they're recognizing, hey, she can go to work in the paint.
And we have a double dribble on the Dinos, so they'll give it right back. That's 3 quick turnovers for Carbon. With 5:40 left to play in the first quarter, and Morley will come into the ball game. Bowman will come out for the Lady Dinos.
Completely negates the turnover that they forced against the Templars in a very similar fashion with the double dribble.
Dewey with the basketball, has it knocked away. She gets it back. Picked up guard closely by Smith. Finds a little gap all the way to the basket and then loses it off her foot, and then it goes off Carbon, so Manti will have it on the baseline.
It was a good job by Johnson reaching to the lane and poking that one loose. Smith had a good defensive stand, but then she got behind. She overcommitted on a steal attempt, and because of that, opened a lane right to the basket. Johnson saved the day.
Manti throws it in on the baseline, and it comes 22 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Bridges with the ball on the baseline. Bounces her way in, uses some physicality on the baseline, can't get it to go, and it goes out of bounds. The ball goes over to Carbon.
Yeah, she was looking like a Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley type player there for a second. She was not afraid to back down her defender. You don't really see that very often in girls basketball, especially as aggressive as Manti was.
So the Dinos have the basketball down 5-2. Orth, Smith for 3. That's short off the front of the rim. Rebound comes down to Manti. It's Bridges, 2-on-1. Bounce pass ahead, off the glass and in. 2 points for the Manti Lady Templars as they come down the other way. And Carly Thompson gets her first 2 of the ball game, 7-2 Manti.
And both teams battling back and forth right now. The only difference, Manti making their shots.
Smith between the circles. Now dribbles right side. Goes over to Johnson on the baseline. Pass down in the paint to Hopes. A jump ball, and possession ever belongs to Manti. 4:35 left to play first quarter. Slow start on the offensive side for the Lady Dinos. Timeout on the floor. They trail 7-2. You know, we said the first quarter we felt was going to be important, and so far, Manti is getting good looks, easy looks at the basket. The Dinos had a couple of good looks. It seems like Manti's defense making it tough on Carbon here early on.
It is. The defense of Manti has been very impressive. They've played good lockdown defense, especially down in the painted area. They're forcing the Dinos to settle for long, deep threes that just aren't in the Dinos' repertoire. They're not the best at hitting those shots. They want to try and get something established on the inside, whether it be on a drive, whether it be from Hopes down on the low block. They just haven't been able to establish that. Meanwhile, Manti have been doing that in spades, but also, Sonny, they've been grabbing offensive rebounds when they presented themselves, and that set them up with several advantageous possessions.
Just joining us, Carbon sits 2-4 in region play. Manti 1-5. Carbon sits 11. Manti 12 in the RPI rankings. Can't get much closer than these two teams on paper. Manti with a basketball. 24 on the shot clock. Pass down on the high block and a whistle and a foul on the Dinos. It's going to be on Morley, her first. Team foul number 2 on the Carbon Dinos. 4:22 left to play first quarter. 7-2 Manti. They'll throw it in on the baseline underneath their basket. Bridges will throw it in. Whistle, what do we got here? A foul on Manti. Away from the ball. Foul will be on Anderson. Her first. Team foul number 1.
You know, it was a good call, just a little too chippy on the inbound officials trying to keep control of this game early.
Whistle on the trip. Team foul number 2 on Manti.
Well, I was gonna comment the last time down that Manti had done a good job not putting themselves in foul trouble, but that quickly turns away as they pick up 2 quick ones.
Foul on Dewey. Hopes will come out. Jones in for the Lady Dinos. 4:14 left to play. 2 fouls on each team. Manti leads 7-2. Johnson with the ball for the Lady Dinos. Gives it to Smith. Over to the right side on the wing to Morley. Smith. Johnson's going to take the 3. Short off the front of the rim, no good. Orth with the offensive rebound. Sharp shot blocked underneath, and Manti comes up with it. Carbon's had some offensive rebounds, but they haven't been able to take advantage of it. Back the other way, all the way to the basket. Shot up, no good. Little runner by Dewey, and rebound comes down to Carbon. Whistle and a reach foul on Manti.
And those are the kind of fouls you really don't want to see, the ones that are happening so far away from the basket. They're useless. They don't really do anything to help stop the opposing team. In fact, it usually sets them up in pretty good positioning because you're forced to kind of call back the troops as they line up near the scorer's table.
Yeah, that's that foul like towards the end of the quarter when you have 5 fouls and now they're shooting. When you commit those fouls, that's 3/4 of the court away from your basket. Dinos with the basketball. Smith with it, top circle. Had it knocked away, she gets it. Back, directs some traffic, goes around the screen, set by Orth. 3-point shot, good. Smith hits the 3, and the Dinos have 5. Manti 7 with 3:25 left to play in the first quarter.
And Smith points where she wants Orth to set the screen, takes it, and gets the wide open look.
Larson, Douglas checked in on that last dead ball for Manti. Thompson with it on the baseline. Back outside it goes to Larson. Cross-court pass out of bounds. Turnover number 2 for Manti. So the Dinos have 3. Manti has 2 on the turnover side. Checking into the ball game will be Madison Cox for Manti. And coming out of the ball game will be Anderson.
And although the defense didn't get their fingers on that ball, you can tell it played an impact because they forced Manti to be out of position, and they impact how powerful they tried to lob that ball half across the court.
Smith down low. Here's a baseline move. Good. Morley with the 2 on the baseline, and here come the Lady Dinos. It's now 7-7. Since that timeout, they've outscored Manti 5-0. Shot up and no good inside the paint by Bridges. Rebound comes down to the Dinos. That was a good timeout for Carbon. We have the ball stolen. Smith has it taken away from her. Coming up with his Bridges. She'll bring it past the half-court stripe, comes right side. Pass down low, out of bounds, turnover. Back over to the Carbon Dinos with 2:28 left to play in the first quarter, tied at 7.
And that was good defense by Jones. She stays right in her man's face, forces the ball to go right through her hands. It was like a carnival game, really. If that would have been a little bucket or a picture of a clown, would have been winning a prize.
Worth with the basketball. To Morley. Morley outside to Johnson on the baseline left. Bounce pass underneath to Jones. Off the glass and in. That's a nice pass by Johnson. Good finish by Jones. 9-7. Dinos up 2. They've outscored Manti 7-0 since that timeout.
Yeah, talk about a good timeout, a very valuable timeout for the Lady Dinos.
Clear path to the basket. Shot up and no good by Douglas. Rebound no good. Another offensive rebound no good. Whistle and a foul. Brenna Larson gets the offensive rebound, puts back the shot, whistle and a foul. She'll go to the free throw line. 2-2. Manti sits 1-1 from the line tonight so far with a minute 52 left in the first quarter. Dinos up 9-7.
Well, if there's one stat, Sonny, that tells the tale of this game, the Dinos winning the scoring battle. But right now, the rebounding battle clearly in favor of Manti. They've been able to pull down a total of 7 boards here compared to Carbon's 4.
First free throw by Larson is up and good. The freshman gets her first points of the ball game. Eyes the bucket for free throw number 2. Puts it up. Good. Walks up to the free throw line. Hits both free throws. 3 for 3 as a team. For Manti from the line. We're tied at 9. Johnson. Whistle and a foul. Tried to get the ball to Smith, and I thought Manti was going to come out with a turnover and a fast break, but a bump foul called on Bridges, and that will be her first foul of the ball game. Team foul number 4 for Manti.
Now, it's an interesting press breaker for Carbon. You'd want them to spread out a little more. They're playing 3-on-2, but they're playing so close together. It makes it a lot easier for the Templars to try and defend.
Natalie Cartwright checks into the ball game for the Lady Dinos. She has the ball on the high block. Bounce pass down low to Jones, goes through her hands, but then out of bounds off Manti, and the Dinos will throw it in on the baseline.
And the Dinos have been making a living off these little set plays. They get the ball to the wing, into the corner. They set a screen, pin a defender, and send someone along the baseline or coming from the high post.
Jones knocked out of bounds. Dino ball once again on the baseline, this time on the left side of the basket. Morley, and it comes to Johnson. Jones back to Johnson. 3-point line. Swings it over to Cartwright. Outside to Smith between the circle. 7 on the shot clock. Johnson, 3-point heave. No good. Off the glass. Jones's offensive rebound won't go. Shot clock violation against the Dinos. I actually thought Manti had that rebound way before that 24-second. I'm not 24. Shot clock violation of 35.
It feels like they did. I don't blame you for the shot clock, but you watch so much NBA basketball, you get used to seeing it 24, not 35. Yeah. But yeah, I felt like Manti came down with the rebound before that. The Dinos had 2 chances to hit rim, but could only hit backboard.
Douglas past the half-court stripe, picked up by Smith. 3-point line, hands it off. This is Bridges. Cross-court pass over, knocked away. Bridges gets it back at the tip of the key. Down on the baseline, it goes into the paint. Shot from 10, good. Larson has 4 points in the ball game. Nice play by Brenna. It's 11-9 Manti lead. Game clock 35, shot clock 28.
It was a good read by Bridges that sets it up.
Morley, shot, no good. Whistle and a foul.
It's going to be team foul number 5 on Manti. If there weren't only 30 seconds left in the quarter, Sonny, to be a little worried. Those fouls away from the basket started piling up on them, but they were able to calm it down for the final 3 minutes. And now with 30 seconds left, it will be free throws the rest of the way. But how often will the Dinos be able to take advantage of that? I'm willing to bet not many.
Shot clock will be off. 29.2 left on the game clock. First free throw up and good by Morley. Dinos have their first free throw of the night. 11-10 Manti. Second free throw by Morley is up. Gets the bounce. 4 points in the ball game for Morley. 11-11 tie. Stolen by Morley. Bounce pass, good to Smith. They get the 2-point basket on the turnover, and the Dinos having a 13-11 lead, and then a foul in the backcourt on Carbon. That'll be team foul number 4
And that's one of these things about the Dinos being such a young team is that you're not going to see many seniors making a play like that. You get a sophomore, you see the ball in a sort of 50-50 fashion. You're going to go for it, even though not the best positioning for yourself. Even though the ball looks 50-50, it's closer to 90-10 and how favorable it is for the offensive player. That was the case that time as Morley tried to poke it away. That's just one of those things you learn with age and court time.
Morley with the foul, her first. Douglas with the ball, tip of the key, swings it over the right side. It goes to Thompson. 3 shot, no good. Out of bounds, Dino basketball with 7 seconds left. So barring a turnover, Dinos most likely will go into quarter number 1 with a lead here. And it comes to Smith. Down to 6, 5 seconds. Smith to Bowman. Here's a shot underneath. Too late. And quarter number 1 comes to an end. Not the Carbon Dinos have a 13-11 lead over Manti after 1.
And that half-court heave attempt nearly still worked out in favor of the Dinos, despite it not falling near the rim. It was a perfect read coming from Chrissy Jones to position herself just right underneath the basket to catch the miss. And she puts it up last second with the reverse layup. Can't get it to fall. More than likely wouldn't have counted anyways due to the official ruling. But still, a heads-up play coming from Chrissy.
Timeout on the court. We played 1 quarter of basketball, and the Carbon Dinos lead 13-11 when we come back here on 95.3 The Peak.
Imagine us.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino basketball here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. 1 quarter in the books. Lady Dinos lead 13-11. I'll try to get you a score from up at Emory tonight.
I got you one right now, Sonny. The Lady Spartans off to a slow start with 1:55 remaining in the first quarter over there. They're down 11-4.
Big game there. North St. Pete sits number 2. Emory sits number 3. North St. Pete 7-0. Emory with 1 loss in the region. So that's a huge game. Shot by Carbon, no good by Smith. The rebound comes down to Manti. Past the half-court stripe, they come. Dewey with the basketball on the left side. Picked up there by Johnson. Dinos play a zone. Swings over to the right side to Bridges. Down in the paint, back outside to Bridges. Kicks it out to Dewey. Shot clock says 9. 3-point shot, wing left, good. Madeline Bridges. She has 3 points in the ball game. It's a 14-13 lead.
And that's the last player you want to see get going, Sonny. When she gets scoring, it really helps the Templars take leads.
And a travel for the Dinos and a turnover. We go back the other way. That's 5 turnovers for the Dinos.
Well, they're below their season clip right now. They're doing a good job in taking care of the ball for the most part. We've seen a few sloppy turnovers, a few careless steps, but for the most part, they've done an excellent job.
Full court presses broke easily. Here's a shot from 15, halfway down. Bounces out by Larson. Whistle, a foul on Manti. Foul's going to be on Douglas. Team foul number 1, her first foul of the ball game. Dinos basketball.
And it came as Bowman was trying to box out, has the ball in her hands, but gets knocked down from behind by Douglas.
Johnson to Smith between the circles. Swings over to the right side to Hopes. Back to Johnson, back to Smith. Back to Johnson. Johnson finds a little gap, puts up a runner, no good. Offensive rebound, Orth up and in.
How about this for a stat, Sonny? Orth has 3 rebounds, all of them offensive.
Stolen by the Dinos? No, it comes back to Manti. Fast break. They break the pressure. Now they steal the ball on turnover number 5 for Manti. And the Dinos double dribble and give it right back to them.
Yeah, it's a justifiable call. You can see why Orth could be upset, but you can also see why the official made the call. And they're going to talk it over just for confirmation on it. As the student section, once the official half, that's what student sections are for, really, to yell at the referees and the opposing players, but they're so much fun. Now the official talking with the Manti coach. And they're going to say they made a mistake. It is going to be Carbon ball. You know, I like when officiating crews do take the time out to discuss calls. It's really cool to see their insight on the game from those different perspectives.
Yep, absolutely. Carbon with the basketball. Smith with it. Gets it to Bowman. Back to Smith. She'll take the three from the wing left. No good. Offensive rebound. Hopes up. No good. Another real offensive rebound by Hopes. No good. And then Manti comes up with it. It's Dewey. Dewey will bring it up the floor. Guarded closely by Bowman. Hands the ball off. This is Bridges. Swings it over left side. Three-point shot off the glass. No good by Douglas. Rebound comes down to the Dinos. Orth ahead to Smith. Smith with the spin move. In the paint. Whistle traveled.
Well, she was spinning like a top down the lane, Sonny. It was a lot of fun, but we have a bloody nose on the floor. A lot of excitement coming from that Smith possession, but my dad always told me, too much sugar, you're going to get a cavity. It's the same concept on the floor. Too much dribbling, you're going to get whistled for a travel.
So Manti will have the basketball up the turnover. Full court pressure once again being applied by the Dinos. You're listening to 95.3 The Peak where the Dinos play. Dewey with the basketball. Better get it past the half court stripe. They call timeout. Good timeout.
It's a very good timeout. They were seconds away from that 10-second violation. Would have given the Dinos the ball right back. That was good defense in the full court coming from Carbon. We saw a little trap near the bench. Manti able to weasel their way out of that, but they, instead of going north and south, they were going east and west, and it just wasn't working in their favor, especially with that time constraint taken down and down and down.
15-14. Carbon with the 1-point lead. Foul situation, no fouls on Carbon, one on Manti.
Yeah, no, it's been a very cleanly played game between these two teams. Manti picked up some late fouls down the stretch to put Carbon into the bonus, but never really came into effect. But overall, both of these teams playing very gritty defense, but they're doing so in a very disciplined manner as to not reach in, commit violations. On the trap down in the corner, we saw Smith start to reach around, a bad habit, but she quickly breaks back out, gets big instead, and avoids the foul because of it.
Thompson throws the ball in, and it comes to Bridges. They break the press. Back it goes to Thompson. Bridges, bounce pass on the high block. Ball knocked away, stolen by the Dinos. Orth comes up with the steal. Hands the ball off. This is Bowman on the right side. Gives it to Johnson, wing right. Smith between the circles. Lob pass down to Orth in the paint. Little runner off the glass and in.
Well, Orth stuffing the stat sheet right now. She's got 4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 offensive, and 3 steals. Talk about an all-around performance.
17-14. Kick it outside. Manti round the horn. 3-point shot baseline right. No good. By Dewey out of bounds. Foul on Manti. Team foul number 2 for Manti.
Head coach Easton Wright not happy about that call. Can't tell if it's ire against the official or if it's ire against the player for trying to bat the ball down. But either way, Dino ball, and they have a chance to build some more momentum.
Anyway, it's fouls on Thompson. So with the basketball, it's Smith, and she'll throw it away. Dinos have turnover number 8. Fast break down the other way. Shot up off, no good. By Larson, and rebound comes down to the Lady Dinos. We come the other way. Johnson with the basketball on the right side. Set the offense, swings it over to Smith. Back outside to Johnson, to Bowman. Down to Orth on the baseline left. Back outside, Bowman for 3. No. Rebound, Manti. Coming up with the board that time, Dewey. Dewey ahead to Bridges. Past the half-court stripe she comes. Manti will attack the zone the Dinos are playing. Larson swings it over to the right side, goes to Bridges. Down low. Anderson, double team. Swing it around. Here's an open 3. No, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Larson. Manti gets another chance. Dewey fakes the 3 on the baseline left. Picks up her dribble. Gives it to Larson in the paint. Good. Offensive rebound gets them a basket on that set. 6 points for Larson. 17-16, Dinos up 1.
Even though it feels like Carbon's controlling the pace, Manti blow for blow with them, 17-16.
Orth in the paint. Shot up, no good. Offensive rebound, good. Bowman in the right place at the right time. No defender there. Puts the shot up and makes it.
And that's the
19-16.
That's the best feeling in the world, Sonny. Not having to really try on the rebound, just have it drop right in your arms.
Here's a shot from 15. Baseline left, up and no good. That time by Anderson. Rebound Dinos. Bowman down the floor, stops. Has the ball taken away from her.
And they're going to call jump ball.
Jump ball.
Looks like they're giving a bit of a warning to Madeline Bridges. They didn't like the spin around afterwards like she was doing a mat return in wrestling. And you can see why it's a dangerous position that players get put in because of it. But ball still goes in favor of the Templars because of the jump.
Yep. Thompson throws it in. Lady Dinos playing full court pressure once again. Little trap. Ball knocked away. Another jump ball. This time it will go to Carbon.
Well, it looks like a theme park ride coming for Elsie Morley. Grabs the ball, and all of a sudden she is whipped around like she's on some swings. Talk about laying your body on the line at an unexpected moment. Normally we talk about that for charges and such.
Jones, good for 3. Chrissy Jones has 5. She checks into the ball game, immediately makes a 3. Nelson also checking in for the Carbon Dinos. There's a turnover for Manti, a travel, turnover number 7. Then we come the other way, Dino basketball. 2:23 left to play first half. Carbon up 22-16.
And Chrissy's been electric on the floor today, Sonny. She's been able to pull down 3 rebounds. She's got 5 points. Just an all-around great night for Jones.
Morley thought about the 3. She should have took it because she changed her mind, and then she took about 3 steps before she put the ball on the ground, and a turnover for the Dinos with 2:17 left to play in the first half. Manti breaks the press. Bounce pass underneath. Shot up, no good. Anderson couldn't get it to go. Dinos come down with the rebound. Morley gives it to Johnson past the half-court stripe. Johnson and Nelson on the right side. Cross-court pass goes to Morley. Down low to Jones. Jones in the paint. Puts up a runner. No. Rebound comes down to Dewey.
And that was a bit of a heat check coming for Jones. Wasn't able to get it to fall, but I wanted to keep shooting. When you get in that rhythm, that basket just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Larson on the high block, works their way down. Shot up, no good. Anderson with the rebound, put up no good. Rebound comes down to the Dinos. 1:34 left to play in the first half. Shot up, no good. Scramble for the ball. Coming down with it, it's Manti. 22-16, Carbon with the lead.
It was a good grab by Larson off the glass, pulling it down and controlling the chaos, letting Manti get back and set up.
Dewey with the ball. Goes around the screen, picks up her dribble. Gives it up high to Larson. Pass down on the baseline. Shot blocked. Bridges tried to get it shot off, and it was blocked by Johnson. Out of bounds. Manti basketball with 1:06 left to play. Carbon up 22-16.
Well, you talk about guarding the paint with authority, Sonny. She nearly ripped that out of the air on the snatch block. Johnson with a great read and a great block.
Dewey will come out. Madison Cox comes into the ball game for Manti. With 1:06 left to play, in it comes. Bridges with the basketball. 3-point line, swings it over left side, goes to Cox, back to Bridges. 4 on the shot clock. She'll take the 3. Gets the bounce, and then it bounces out. I thought she had it. I have no idea how that ball did not go in, and then she travels.
No, you and me both, Sonny. That was definitely, they defied gravity, defied science there. That ball was in. That was 3/4 in, and it bounces back out, and they can't get the second chance opportunity because of the travel.
I was ready to say good on the shot. It was, I don't know how that ball came out. Carbon with the basketball. The ball knocked away. Turnover for the Dinos, number 11. Whistle. Foul on Carbon. Foul's going to be on Morley.
Well, I almost jinxed it again, Sonny, with my thoughts. I was going to say, hey, this quarter's gone by really fast. Only 2 fouls and a quick one with 33 seconds left. But shot clock turned off. You're probably not going to see anything unless it's on the shot.
Bradford in for Morley. That's her third foul. So the shot clock is off. Manti trails by 6 with the basketball. Thompson. Outside it goes to Larson. Back to Thompson. Thompson double team. She loses it. Turnover number 8. Here come the Dinos the other way. Jones with the basketball, 3-point line, and she'll give it back to Manti on the pass.
And they want the shove, but they're going to give them out along the baseline. So a sloppy series for about 5 seconds between both teams. Carbon comes out of the scrum with the ball. That's the best thing you can have happen to yourself when things get heated like that. Looks like officials are going to deliberate, but it's for the spot.
Yeah. Smith, Johnson in. Bowman and Jones out for the Carbon Dinos. 4 seconds left to play. Dinos lead 22-16. And it comes. Johnson. Here's the shot at the buzzer. No good by Bradford. And we played a half of basketball here at Carbon High School. And the Lady Dinos had a 2-point lead at the end of 1. They have a 6-point lead as we go into the halftime. It's Carbon 22, Manti 16 when we come back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing services to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Welcome to Emery and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emery and Carbon Animal Health, Animals big and small, we care for them all.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in Historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Welcome to the Carbon Dyno's Halftime Report, brought to you by Castle Valley Orthodontics. Call 637-2222 and schedule your free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime.
Welcome back. It's halftime. Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. It's 22-16, Carbon with the lead over Manti. After one, it was 13-11 Carbon. Carbon outscored Manti 9-5 in a low-scoring second quarter. That's how they have the 6-point lead, 22-16. Nathan, let's take a look at scoring first for Manti. You know, we talked about in the pregame show that this is a young basketball team. And the two leading scorers tonight, Larson and Anderson, both freshmen. Larson with 6 and Anderson with 5.
Yeah, and both of them having some very good games. Sunil Anderson had the hot hand early. She starts off the game with an and one basket, able to follow that up with a putback. She was a very potent force early on. She has 2 rebounds to her name as well. If you're looking at it from a coaching perspective, this is a freshman who's competing very well on the varsity level. But you want to see her pull down a few more boards. You want to see her battle on that glass just a little more often. But overall, a great game starting for Anderson. And then you look at Larson. She's been all over the place as well. She's got 4 boards and a steal to her name, and also in addition to the points she's been scoring. So you really got to like what you see from the Templars' young core early on.
So if 2 freshmen isn't enough for you, the next leading scorer with 3 points is Madeline Bridges. She's a sophomore. Then Carly Thompson, the senior, has 2 for Manti, for a total of 16 points in the first half. They were 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 8 turnovers in the first half.
I think something that really helped Carbon in that first half was the defense they played on Madeline Bridges and Andalyn Dewey. Bridges only at 3. She's averaging 13. Dewey with none. She's averaging 6.2. That's a full team effort coming for the Dinos. You also got to look at the likes of what they've been able to do on Carly Thompson, a 10-point per game score. They've held her to 2, so the defense on those key players that we talked about coming into this game has been stellar tonight for the Dinos.
For the Dinos, leading the way coming off the bench, the junior wearing number 11, Chrissy Jones. She has 5 points in the ballgame. Along with Malia Smith, she has 5 as well.
And Chrissy's been really fun to watch, Sonny. She's come in. She's played great defense. She's put a lot of effort in to try and rebound. She's got 3. And at the end of the first quarter, you saw her corral a half-court heave with time still on the clock and try and go for a putback. That's dedication down the stretch that many players are just going to let that ball go astray. They're going to let it go into the next quarter. But she saw a chance to score, and she tried to take it. So I really like the gutsy effort we've been seeing from Chrissy Jones.
Morley and Orth both with 4 points for the Lady Dinos, and in comes Hopes and Bowman with 2 for a total of 22 points for the Dinos. They shot 2 free throws, made them both, turned the ball over 12 times in the first half.
And it feels like a theme of the night, Sonny, has been these underclassmen playing years beyond their age. For Taylor Orth, in addition to the points she's scored, she's got 5 rebounds, 3 of them being offensive, as well as leading the game for both teams in steals. She's come up with 3 across the night, so a very complete effort coming from Taylor Orth. I'm expecting to see her get going a little more on the offensive side of things, see their shots start to fall a little more frequently going into the second half.
Both teams are out of the locker room, back on the court. We'll take a break. When we come back, it will be second half action. But when we do come back, we'll look at some scores from around the state. Right now, right here, it's halftime. 22-16, Lady Dinos with the lead here on the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Manti gets the ball to start the second half. We're ready to go. Starters for both teams on the floor. We get ready to start the third quarter. Dinos up 6, 22-16 in region play, and Aiden's got some scores from around the state tonight.
I got one score for us, and it's the only one that really matters. It's Emory and North St. Pete. Right now, Spartans down 22-18. Make that 24-18 as I say that going into the halftime locker room. North St. Pete ahead in the Spartan Center.
6-point game there. 6-point game here. 22-16. Manti with the basketball. Larson with it. Larson swings it over the right side. Down low it goes to Dewey. Anderson in the paint. Shot up, no good. Whistle and a foul. Free throws.
And that time, that time the Dinos, or Manti was able to exploit a gap in the Dinos defense. They had one player in the zone out guarding the three. That draws Hopes out of the painted area to try and guard the short corner, leaving a wide open lane for Anderson.
Tennille Anderson at the free throw line. First free throw up and no good. First miss as a team tonight for Manti, 3 for 4. One more free throw to come. Eyes the bucket for free throw number 2. Shot is up and it is no good. Whistle, lane violation, so we go the other way.
Well, that foul that at the moment looked like it wasn't going to be the best for the Dinos quickly turned into a very good defensive play as they force a wasted possession from Manti thanks to that 0-2 trip.
Dinos break the press. Hopes gives it off to Smith. She thought about the three. Changed her mind. Gives it over to Johnson on the right side. They play catch back and forth behind the three-point line. Now down on the left side it goes. Bowman back to Smith. Smith to Johnson between the circles. Has the ball taken away. Fast break the other way. Bridges ahead of the pack. Lays it up. No good. Gets her own rebound. Shot up. No good. Whistle and a foul. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
So it was a good steal that started that break coming from Carly Thompson. Only Manti's second steal of the game, but they're unable to capitalize in the fast break thanks to some great get-back defense from the Dinos, but no give up on that go-around coming from Bridges as she earns a trip to the line.
First free throw, no good.
Well, you go from a perfect first half of free throws to a not-so-stellar start to the second.
Second, good. Four points in the ball game for Bridges. 22-17, Dinos up 5. Orth with the ball on the baseline right. Picks up her dribble, double teamed. Whistle, reach foul on Manti.
Now, what the Dinos need to recognize right now that we have a bit of an advantage from in our bird's eye view is that when you get the ball moving on one side, especially when you get to that high post, whether it be right or left, you see Manti really suck in on that side, leaving a wide open backside along the baseline for cutting players to try and take advantage of.
Unforced turnover for the Dinos. They throw it out of bounds. Ball goes over to Manti, 22-17. Not the best of start here in the third quarter for the Lady Dinos. Pass to half court stripe. Larson swings it over left side. Here's a three. No good by Bridges. The rebound comes down to Orth. Orth to Johnson. Lady Dinos down the right side. Johnson gives the ball off to Bowman on the baseline right. Dribbles in. Finds Smith wide open for three. Off the glass, no rim. Rebound comes long, and it comes to Bridges.
That wasn't a right place, right time. Bridges had to hustle for that. She pulls it down and then throws it right out of bounds, so the rebound quickly negated by the turnover.
Unforced turnover for Manti, right back the other way. 22-17, 6:23 left third quarter.
Well, you mentioned it wasn't the best start for the Dinos. The same can be said for Manti.
Yes. Smith with the basketball. Back over it goes to Johnson. Johnson over to Orth on the baseline right. She'll hold to Smith. Fakes the three. Swings it over to Bowman for three. Rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Manti. Thompson with a rebound. Thompson ahead to Bridges. She'll bring it up the left side. Dinos fall back in that zone defense. Bridges between the circles. Bounce pass goes to Douglas. Outside, three-point shot offline. Offensive rebound knocked out of bounds. Manti will have it.
Now, right now, Manti with an interesting approach with Adderley Douglas navigating the painted area for the Templars. By far one of the smaller players on the floor, but she's showing a lot of grit down there. She's playing with a lot of tenacity. Got to give her credit.
Larson couldn't get the three to go on that last three-point shot. Thompson with the bounce pass down on the baseline. Anderson swings it outside. Larson back out. Here's a three-point shot long off the back of the iron. Another offensive rebound. Down low, whistle on the foul, free throws. Offensive board by Douglas. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. As the three-point shot by Thompson wouldn't go. But the offensive rebound, anytime you get offensive rebounds, good things happen. That foul's on Smith, her third. Team foul number 3 on the Dinos.
And like I said, Douglas by far one of the shortest players on the floor, but she's rebounding like she's 7'2". She is all over the place. The Dinos need to get a body on her and box out.
Can't get the free throw to go. One more to come. 22-17, Lady Dinos up. Second free throw. Good. Douglas with her first points of the ball game. 22-18, 4-point Lady Dino lead. Checking into the ball game is Nelson. She'll bring it up the floor. Now gives it to Johnson. Back to Nelson. Nelson finds a little gap. Bounce pass to Orth. Shot up no good. Rebound. Scrambles for on the ground. Nelson comes up with it. Bounce pass to Orth on the baseline. Back to Nelson. Nelson down to Bowman. Turnaround shot partially blocked. Manti comes up with it. Larson with it. Larson ahead to Bridges. Picked up by Bowman. Keeps her dribble alive. Now picks up her dribble. Almost threw it away. Larson comes up with it. Larson back to Bridges between the circles. Hands the ball off to Douglas. Douglas goes around the screen. Good defense by Nelson. Out to Thompson. Down low. They'll kick it back outside. Here's the fake on the three-point shot. Now they'll take the three. Good at the buzzer. Right when the shot clock was getting ready to go up. Passing all over the place for Manti. Hard to keep up with it. It was such fast passing. But Thompson hits the three. She has 5, 22-21.
Talk about giving the fans a heart attack, Sonny. They wait till the very last moment to try and take that three, but it pays off for them. They get the best possible shot.
Good ball movement by Manti. Down on the baseline. Here's Johnson. She can't get the three to go, and the rebound comes down to Larson.
Johnson rushed it a little bit. She felt like she had time, but a quick closeout from the Templars led to a rush shot and a miss.
Douglas. Bounce pass goes down low. Shot up and blocked by Hopes. That's a nice play. Out of bounds. Off Carbon, though. It was a good block, but she couldn't control it as Bridges tried to put the shot up. Timeout Carbon. 3:38 left to play in the third quarter. Halftime score was 22-16 Carbon. It's now 22-21 Carbon. They've outscored 5-0 here in the third quarter.
Yeah, over the first 4.5 minutes, Sonny, it has been all Manti, but we saw it in the first quarter as well. Very hot start from Manti. They start the game 7-2, and the timeout from the Dinos helped them settle the ships and let them go back and answer with a run of their own to take a 13-11 lead heading into the second quarter. Coach Blank looking to reignite something similar here in the third.
That's a good timeout.
It is. You can sense things aren't going your way, and even when they do, you get the block, you nearly get the rebound, but it goes out of bounds. That's when, as a coach, you recognize, hey, I think we just need to take some time, take a deep breath, settle things up, and then we can get back out there and play our brand of basketball.
Nelson, Johnson, Bowman, Orth, and Hopes on the floor for the Lady Dinos. Manti will throw it in on the baseline. Then it comes bounce pass, point blank, whistle foul. That was going to be an easy 2. And Johnson said, I'm just not going to let you have an easy 2. She fouls Anderson, and Anderson will have to earn it at the free throw line.
And we've seen that strategy a few times. Dinos defense breaks down, but they're able to get the foul off and force the miss. And Manti just hasn't been able to capitalize on their shots at the stripe. And that's really been paying off for them. But you got to keep an eye on it now. Players in foul trouble as well as 4 fouls the rest of the way for the next 3:37. So could be an interesting game planning situation now for the Lady Dinos.
Johnson's first foul. Second free throw is up and good by Thompson. She has 6. We are tied at 22.
A 6-0 run early on. If you're a Manti fan, you love to see it. The Dinos a little more panicked.
Orth going to take the 3. Won't go. Out of bounds, off Manti.
What a move by Bailey Johnson. She bats it down like she's spiking a volleyball right into the arms of Thompson, who was unprepared, rolls off of her and out of bounds.
Johnson throws it in on the baseline, and it comes to Bowman. Picks up her dribble, cross-court pass, Johnson for 3. No, won't go. Off the back of the iron, rebound Bowman. Another offensive board over to Nelson. Back to Bowman on the wing right. Outside to Johnson. Orth swings it over to Nelson for 3. No. Rebound Orth to Johnson. And she traveled.
Well, when you get 3 offensive rebounds in a possession, you like to think good things are going to happen, but that time the ball just not going into the basket. A lid's on there seemingly to start the third quarter, and because of that, Manti's been able to claw their way back in with a 6-0 run over the first 5 minutes of play.
Everybody comes out except Nelson for the Lady Dinos.
I think that's the right move. You need to you let them sit, clear their heads a little bit, get the bench in, see what they can do on the offensive side. Defense hasn't been your problem. You've held them to 6 points, but you're not scoring any of your own.
We'll get everybody in for you here in a second. Drive to the basket, shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Bradford, to Nelson. Nelson down the left side to Jones. Jones back to Nelson. Hart right on the baseline, bounce pass to Jones, good. Coach Blank said, I got to make a change. We are not scoring the basketball. He changes the lineup. And quick 24-22.
I was wondering how long they were going to turn to Jones because she had an electric first half and looks to continue that here in the third.
Travel for Manti.
It feels like when it's these teams from that San Pete region, from central Utah, whether it be Richfield or whether it be Manti, we see one of the Jones sisters go off. Last time we saw it, it was Kayla Jones. Tonight, Chrissy taking her turn in the spotlight.
Nelson over to Morley. Morley outside it goes to Cartwright. To Jones. Jones back to Nelson. Nelson drives inside, bounce back to Jones. Same play, same results. Jones has 9 in the ball game, 26-22.
Just keep feeding Chrissy Jones at this point, honestly. She's making everything she's touched. She's found gold on that little cut from the high post to the rim or along the baseline. We've even seen her hit a 3. And I don't agree with that being a foul on the Dinos. That was a clear drop of the shoulder like she was a running back fighting for yards. But contact, if it's initiated, often goes against the defenders.
Foul on Morley, her 4th. Free throw good. Bridges has 5 in the ball game. 26-23. Nice substitution move by Coach Blank.
Now Naomi Smith gets to come in and have some fun.
Second free throw by Bridges is good. She has 6. Back down to a 2-point game. Dinos lead 26-24. Nelson with the basketball. Nelson swings over the right side to Smith. To Nelson. Whistle and a foul.
Goes against Larson. That's going to be her first, but slowly but surely, Manti committing some uncharacteristic fouls for this third quarter.
Freshman Naomi Smith in the ball game for the Dinos. Three-point shot up and no good. Rebound, Manti. Some contact and no whistle. And the Dinos get the ball back. Nice pass down underneath, easy too. Nelson making some good passes. Saw Bradford wide open, 28-24, Bradford's first two of the ball game. Manti comes back the other way, contact, late whistle, but a good call. And free throws for Manti.
All right, now, Sonny, I'm kind of disagreeing with the refs in terms of who these fouls should be on. I'm leaning more towards charges or offensive push-offs in some of these situations, but it's a difference in perspective. I have this bird's eye angle from down here. Overall, I think these refs have done a wonderful job today.
Bridges free throws up and good. 28-25.
Yeah, nothing like those old Scenic West refs, Sonny. These guys are doing an excellent job.
Second free throw, rims around, no good. Rebound comes down to the Lady Dinos. Ahead it goes to Cartwright. Shot up, whistle, foul. Cartwright will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Foul on Manti will be on Anderson.
That was a good, quick drive to the basket. I liked what I saw on the move from Cartwright. She gets aggressive off the pass, and she drives in. No fear, goes up, absorbs a lot of contact in the process.
Team foul 3 on Manti. Personal foul number 2 on Anderson, and the first free throw is up and no good for the Dinos.
I think it's important to note, too, all 3 of these fouls have happened over the last 2 minutes. They played the first 5 without committing a single violation.
Cartwright couldn't get either one to go, and the rebound comes down to Manti. Minute 5 left to play, down 3. Manti with the ball. Dewey picked up by Nelson. On the baseline, makes a move. Little reverse layup, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Bradford. She'll hand it off to Nelson. Nelson swings it left side. Cartwright in the paint. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Manti. Coming down with the boards, Thompson. She'll bring it up the floor herself. She got away with the travel. Timeout called by the coach, who's out on the floor.
I didn't know you could get that far on the floor, Sonny, without getting yelled at by the officials. But timeout called nonetheless. I've always compared Blythe Bradford to the likes of Charles Barkley, and I've come to realize that's not the best comparison. She's more of a Dennis Rodman because she doesn't get these rebounds through pure strength. She's crafty. She's able to worm her way into situations, get the best positioning possible, and then pull down the rebound. So I think she's more akin to a Dennis Rodman when it comes to grabbing those rebounds, and she does it quite a bit. She's got 4 already coming off the bench tonight. I love watching her play, especially when that ball's up in the air, because if there's one player you want to see who's going to bring a lot of excitement to the world of rebounding, it's Blythe Bradford. She's a state champion, Sonny, in the high jump, and it shows when she leaps and tries to grab these balls. She just soars above the rest of the pack.
Timeout called by Manti. You got to love the passion Coach Easton Wright has.
That he does. No, that's why I like these young coaches. You can tell they're in this because they love the game.
Yes.
And, sometimes that passion may overwhelm you. You may do something not so ideal, like run out onto the floor. But, you can't fault him. He is a very passionate player. You love to see it from coaches. You see a similar fire from Coach Blank.
Manti will have the basketball on that timeout. Probably saved a possession. Thompson will throw it in. Then it comes to Dewey. Dewey picked up by Nelson. Dewey, three-point line. Bounce pass goes to Thompson. Whistle. I don't know what. Not quite sure what. About on 11.
That's going to be on Chrissy Jones. Looks like on the closeout, they got her trying to push her way through. Coach Blank wants an explanation. So apparently the criteria not too clear for all parties involved, but the result is going to be the same regardless. Manti heads to the stripe.
Anderson's free throw up and good. 6 points in the ball game. Manti 10 for 15 from the free throw line. Anderson tonight with 6. Have a chance for one more to make it 7. 28-26, 32 seconds left to play. Shot clock will be off. Second free throw good. We got a game. 28-27 ahead to Jones. Shot up, no good. Whistle and a foul. Nice pass to get ahead of the pack. Jones kind of snuck away from everybody. And she is fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Now, watching it in real time was something interesting, Sonny. She stands at midcourt ready to run in and try and get the ball if needed. Then she looks behind her, sees nothing but green grass, and she breaks for it. Teammate recognizes. She gets the lob pass down low, and now a chance at the line.
Free throw good. Foul was on Anderson. One more free throw for Jones. Both good.
Well, she's having herself a night. She's got points to match her number now, sitting at 11.
She has 11 coming off the bench. For the junior, 30-27. Shot clock off. Game clock says 15. Dewey with the ball. Hands it off. They'll play the little weave. Bridges with it on the top circle. Picked up by Smith. Drives inside, stops, puts up a shot, short, over the back foul. She missed the shot and then got called for the over the back. So it'll be free throws for Carbon with 2.6 seconds left to play. Second foul on Bridges, but that's a costly foul there.
That is, and it's one of those times, Sonny, I'm forced to eat my words because I thought that Manti had control of the foul situation. You have 0 with 3 minutes left, but tides quickly turn. You pick up your fifth with 2.6 and give Carbon a chance to send themselves into the fourth and final quarter with some momentum thanks to the free throws.
Naomi Smith at the free throw line. Good. That's a high arcing free throw. She got the shooter's touch. 5 for 7 from the line as a team tonight for the Lady Dinos. 31-27. 2.6 left to play in the third. Eyes the bucket for free throw number 2. That one won't go. The rebound. Cartwright. Shot up. No good. We have a foul?
Yeah.
We will have a foul.
And the cheerleaders on the floor, they need to get back to the sideline now unless we want to add a little flair to these free throws. So that's going to be 2 coming for the Lady Dinos just in the nick of time. You can see afterwards, Cartwright's like, come on, give me the whistle. She absorbed a lot of contact, but the ref's going to want to talk it over. I think she definitely earned it. She definitely earned those shots. I think she should be taking them.
I think so, too.
And it looks like she huddles up with Manti, getting ready for these free throws. Carbon on the sideline. They're getting some more instruction from Coach Blank. It's a bit of an extended break now between quarters, giving Coach Blank some time to talk things over.
Free throw, good.
It looks like they're going to send 0.5 on the clock off, so by rule, not enough time to set and shoot.
Second free throw, good. Cartwright hit them both. And that's how the third quarter ends. The Dinos had a 6-point lead. That lead went away. Coach Blank made a line change, and it sparked this Lady Dinos. That lead is back up to 6 again, 33-27.
And you got to give a lot of credit to Chrissy Jones. She was the one that got the scoring started off a nice little cut. She does it again on the next possession as well. So she gets 4 points quick off the bench and helps ignite the Dinos back into an advantage. And then some shenanigans at the end. We get free throws once, offensive board, free throws twice, this time coming for Natalie Cartwright, who corralled in that offensive board. So the Dinos leaving it all out on the floor right now. They're doing an excellent job in terms of keeping themselves composed, even when things seem to be going against them.
Yeah, the free throws, they're late in that quarter. Advantage for the Dinos, 33-27. Lady Dinos up 6 as we go to the fourth quarter. Score from down in Emory High School tonight. Should be probably around the fourth quarter as well, I would think.
They had a bit of a later start, and it's been a slower-paced game over there at Emory, Sonny. Right now with 4:25 remaining in the third quarter. Score sits 27-24 in favor of North St. Pete. So Emory been battling back. They've only allowed about 3 points since the half.
They've got a good one going there. We got a good one going here. Both teams come out for the fourth quarter. Lady Dinos have Nelson, Smith, Jones, Cartwright, and Bradford on the floor. That's the 5 on the floor for the Lady Dinos, and it will come to Smith. Smith, top circle, gives it to Nelson. Nelson drives inside, kicks it out to Bradford on the baseline, finds a little move. Foul and free throws.
Well, foul happy for the Manti Templars has been the case, and you see head coach Easton Wright look to the bench. He signals 4. No, in reality, it's 3. So they get a little more breathing room for Carly Thompson over the next 8 minutes, but not an ideal way to start the frame.
Yep, foul on Thompson. As you said, her third. First free throw, no good. Second free throw, good. But Bradford makes 1 out of 2 for the Dinos, 34-27. Manti with the basketball to Douglas. to Dewey on the right side. Dewey drives in the paint, picks up her dribble. Back outside it goes to Douglas. Douglas to Thompson. Thompson a runner. Good. That was a tough shot by Thompson. She got it to go. 34-29. Nice play.
She's been hitting those all night, Sonny. You need to keep feeding her the ball, especially when Carbon goes into their small ball lineup.
Nelson has the ball knocked away. It goes out of bounds. Foul on Manti. It'll be team foul number 2. Personal foul number 4 on Dewey. The Dinos will throw it in on the baseline. Nelson throws it in. In it comes. Shot up. No good by Jones. Rebound comes down to Manti.
A rare miss today from Chrissy Jones, but a little shove from behind didn't help. But it's a physical game. Going to happen sometimes.
Douglas finds an open Larson on the baseline left. Shot up no good. Offensive rebound up no good. Another offensive rebound up no good. Rebound comes down to Carbon. Bridges couldn't get it to go. Here we come the other way. Cartwright traveled.
Well, that's one of those things that's happened to the Dinos. They set themselves up with a great defensive possession, but on the other end, they get a little too excited, and as a result, they travel, they double dribble, and they take the ball out of their own hands with an unforced turnover.
All the way to the basket goes Dewey, whistling a foul. A blocking foul on Nelson. First team foul of the ball game of the fourth quarter for the Carbon Dinos. First foul on Nelson.
And she just gets out of position trying to defend. She's trying to force left, so she angles her body as such. And because of that, she's out of position, reaches in, and gets called for the block.
The inbounds pass play. Bridges gets it, puts it off the glass and in. 34-31, she has 9. Heads up play. Nelson in the paint, has the ball knocked away. Turnover for the Dinos, that's number 17. Dewey comes the other way, down the left side. Now between the circles and sets the offense. Subs coming back in for the Lady Dinos will be Smith, Orth, and Johnson. 6:09 left to play. Dewey with the nice move to the basket. Shot blocked. Then we come the other way. Fast break ahead goes to Bradford. Bradford traveled.
Yeah, she ran right into a brick wall, Sonny. Great defense by Carly Thompson. It was like watching an old Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote cartoon. Roadrunner's going along, and all of a sudden, boom, brick wall right there, and the Templars force a turnover because of it.
Jones, Bradford, Johnson, Smith, Orth, the 5 on the floor for the Dinos. With the basketball, it's Dewey. Dewey goes around the screen, set by Thompson. Now Thompson gets the ball down low and double dribbled.
Well, and it's lucky for the Dinos. Thompson double dribbled right. They had quite the mismatch going between herself and Malia Smith. Malia much shorter than we see from Thompson, the senior.
Smith with a basketball between the circles. Picks up her dribble. Bounce pass goes to Jones. Jones finds a gap all the way to the basket. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Thompson. Everybody wants a foul every time down the floor on both sides right now.
Well, it's one of those things where you see the DeMarcus Cousins shrug. Why did I not get a foul? Or why did you call me for a foul?
Bridges with the basketball.
It's a tough game for the refs, Sonny. They're going to hate you if you call a foul, hate you if you don't.
Perimeter passing goes to Douglas. Shot clock has 10. Bridges. Back outside. Douglas drives in. Shot up, no good. Johnson has it for the Dinos. 4:55 left to play. Dinos up 3.
Well, right now, Manti on the offensive end is headhunting Malia Smith. They recognize she's shorter, and then they're taller lineup, so they're going right at her, but she's holding her own.
Orth to Johnson. Johnson on the right side. Gives it to Jones. Back to Johnson. 3 down the barrel. That's an air ball. Out of bounds. Goes to Manti.
A nearly turned disaster for Manti. Inches away from touching it was Madeline Bridges. Wisely brings her arm down and puts them behind her back so she doesn't make contact and keep it in possession of Manti.
Anderson in, Thompson out. Thompson leads with 8. 4:33 left to play in the ball game. 34-31 Carbon. Manti with the ball and bring it up the floor to Bridges. She'll walk it up. Picked up by Smith now on the right side. Keeps her dribble alive. Hands it off to Douglas. Douglas off to Larson. Back to Douglas. 3-point line. thought about it, changes her mind. Back over it goes to Larson. Picks up her dribble, a little bit of contact, no whistle. Down on the baseline, shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to the Dinos. It's Jones. Jones ahead with the ball. Picks up her dribble, gives it to Smith. 3:51 and running left to play. Dinos up 3. Smith with the basketball, gives it to Johnson left side. She had Jones cutting, didn't get it to her. Now Jones down low on the baseline. Ball knocked away in a turnover for the Dinos. She missed Jones.
She was wide open, and he's on the floor again. I get the passion, but at the same time, you need to make sure you're not running to midcourt. I give yourself to that volleyball line. You know, if you're a head coach and you're trying to very passionately call a timeout, which I respect, get to the volleyball line. Anything past that's a bit excessive, but he gets the timeout nonetheless. Manti right now, thanks to Brenna Larson, still in this game. She's got 7 rebounds to go along with 3 steals. She has been hard to stop. She's also got 6 points in that mix as well. So she's been a main driving force for Manti staying in this game.
Intensity level is very high.
It is. No, it is. You can feel the stakes are high for both these teams. Yeah. Both wanting to give themselves a little boost in the RPI heading into the final week of the season. And what better way to do it than with a win in region?
34-31 Dinos. 1 foul on Carbon, 2 on Manti. 3-3-3 left to play in the ball game. Shot clock 20. Manti basketball. Hopes will check in for the Dinos on the next dead ball.
I think they're talking about something with the clock.
Oh, there we go. 30 on the shot clock. There, we got it.
I was about to say, I was counting players. I'm like, is there one too many on the floor?
And it comes to Dewey. Dinos kind of drop back on defense. They'll pick her up just on the other side of half court. Smith picks her up there. Dewey picks up her dribble. Bounce pass goes to Bridges. Back to Dewey. 3-point line. Dewey dribbles in. Stops. Kicks it outside to Douglas. Douglas back to the basket. Shot up. No good. Foul. Foul on Johnson.
That's a good call. Johnson just got a little too overcommitted one direction. Tries to throw her body forward to stop the momentum. And as a result, she gets whistled for her second foul of the game, sending Manti to the line. A place where in the first half they were 3 of 3. Since then, Sonny, things haven't been as pretty.
Yeah, they're 11 for 16 from the free throw line. The first free throw for Douglas. Eyes the bucket and puts it up. And it's no good.
I know that's about 66% from the line, which is good in any other shooting category except for free throws. As a team, you want to be hitting that 75 to 80% mark because those misses, Sonny, when they pile up like they have, that's the difference maker.
Thompson in, Anderson out for Manti. Bowman in for the Dinos. Second free throw by Douglas is good. 34-32, 3:09 left to play. Smith with the basketball. She'll take it past half court, picked up by Douglas. Now brings it right side, gives it to Johnson. Pass down low goes to Hopes. Whistle and a jump ball, and it'll go to Manti.
That was just a good job reading the pivot by Manti. They clamped the ball right as it presents itself, and because of that, they have a chance to knot this one up or take the lead with a 3.
Good pass down low in the paint. Hopes brought the ball down. Manti took advantage of it. Nice move on the baseline, but can't get the ball to go on the finish is Larson. We come the other way with Smith. 34-32, 2:41 left to play. Smith, bounce pass down to Hopes. Shot up, no good, whistle foul. Foul on Thompson. Team foul number 3 on Manti.
So it looks like extending this game down the stretch, not going to be a problem, but the 4th foul called against Carly Thompson. She has 5 rebounds in the game, but 7 points. So this is a big time stretch for Manti, especially as she stays on the floor. Substitution for the Dinos. They put Chrissy Jones back in. To the bench heads Emma Bowman.
First free throw by Hopes is up and good. 2:35 left to play, 35-32. Second free throw by Hope. She eyes the bucket, puts it up. It's good as well.
That's a big pair of free throws coming for the senior. Being able to knock them both down makes it a two-possession game. A good job by Harley as she heads to the bench. Dinos going with their small lineup, trying to beat Manti right now with a lot of speed.
Nothing but net. The Dinos are going offense-defense substitutions. So she'll come out of the ball game with the basketball. It's Dewey. She'll dribble at the top circle. Smith comes up now. Dewey goes left side, bounce pass on the high block. Back outside to Dewey as Anderson tried to get it back out and threw it out of bounds and a turnover.
Well, old habits dying hard for Manti like Sam Darnold once famously did. They're seeing ghosts out there.
With the basketball to Orth. Orth gives it to Bradford. Bradford down low to Jones. Off the glass, no good. Rebound, Orth. Shot up high, almost hit the shot clock, didn't. We're going to have a jump ball, I'm pretty sure we do. And it will stay with Carbon.
Well, it was a good rebound initially by Tennille Anderson, but she does the opposite of what coaches want. She doesn't put it underneath her chin and hold. She brings it down loose and low, and because of that, you're able to see Blythe Bradford come in, tie it up, and force the jump.
Yep, pivot and get that ball out of there. In it comes to Jones. Shot blocked. Orth gets it. She can't get it to go, and the rebound comes down to Larson. Here come Manti. Down 4. Minute 53 left to play. Out of bounds, Manti ball.
And it was a good poke out by Orth. If she keeps that one in bounds or gets a lucky touch from Manti, that's Dino ball just as easy as that. Great defense from the freshman.
And it comes to Bridges. Goes around the screen. Picks up her dribble. Cross-court pass to Dewey over on the left baseline. Dewey picked up by Smith. Now moves away into the paint on the low block. Kicks it out. 10-foot shot short. No good by Anderson. Saved by Manti. Jump ball. Manti ball.
That was going to be Manti ball regardless, but Jones makes it a lot harder. She lays her body on the line, dives, forces the jump. So not only is that still Manti ball, but down the stretch they get another jump. That's in favor of the Dinos.
And it comes to Bridges. Drives inside, puts up a shot, no good, whistle and a foul. Free throws. So the free throw line to shoot two is going to go Madeline Bridges. Looking for points 9 and 10. Looking for points 33 and 34 as a team. Carbon has 36 with a minute 25 left to play.
Well, there's about 5 points during that possession. You could have called a foul against the Dinos. Unfortunately, it comes on the one that gets the other team free shots.
Free throw good. Nice looking free throw.
That was a good form, and you got to take full advantage of these right now because you're down by now 3 with a minute 25 left. Every shot is going to matter. The closer you can keep this game, the better your chances to come away with the win.
Second free throw short. Out of bounds, Manti. So they get the hustle, I guess. They really didn't get the rebound, but they got the hustle that caused it to go out off Carbon. They get the ball on the baseline. 36-33, minute 20 left to play. And it comes to Dewey on the left side. Dewey picked up by Smith, picks up her dribble. In a little bit of trouble with Smith right there with her. And a timeout, Manti. Good call. Good call for head coach Wright. Call that timeout. They were in trouble.
Yeah, and right now Smith doing something a little bit risky. She's playing good pressure defense. She's playing with her feet, but she has the bad habit of she leans over and starts draping her arm around the offensive player. That offensive player tries to pivot and go right into that. That's going to be a foul against you. You got to be careful about how you position that. You don't want to get yourself into that habit. So if you're Smith, you just got to think to yourself, hey, I need to get my arms back out, no reaching, as tempting as it is to try and poke that ball away and be the hero with the steal. At this juncture of the game, it's not worth risking that poke away if it means a foul, especially when that pushes you to 4 team fouls and then free throws the rest of the way in a very close game.
Where would the Dinos be without junior Chrissy Jones tonight, coming off the bench with 11 points?
Well, I'll tell you where they'd be, Sonny. They would be down by about 8, 25-33 without her effort. So Chrissy has been not only scoring the ball very well, she's been pulling down rebounds, she's played great defense. She has been just a fun force to watch tonight.
Madeline Bridges leads the way for Manti. She has 10. Carly Thompson with 8 for the Templars. 36-33. Carbon with the lead. A minute 13 left to play. Manti with the basketball. Thompson will throw it in. And it comes. It goes to Bridges. Top circle. Over to Anderson. Anderson to Thompson. Thompson to Dewey. Dewey drives inside, puts up a shot, won't go. Offensive rebound, up, won't go again. As Anderson couldn't get it to drop. Under a minute left to play, 36-33. Two good looks for Manti. Couldn't get it to go in the basket. Johnson drives inside, shot up, no good. Offensive rebound, Jones, and she puts it in. 13 points for Chrissy Jones, 38-33. Dinos up 5. All the way to the basket, whistle and a blocking foul. Free throws for Manti. To the free throw line goes Madeline Bridges.
Well, it looks like Johnson was trying to get this game to end as their last contest did against Manti with a charge call, but this time got caught up a little too much in the motion, couldn't get the feet fully set and gets whistled for the block instead. That's her third personal. Not really going to come into effect with 34 seconds left.
Foul shot is up and good. And Bridges with 11.
And that makes that putback effort by Jones all the more important because she puts them up by a greater margin, and because of that, the more cushion, the less scary these free throws were, because initially these were going to be some pretty scary shots.
Second free throw, nothing but net. Two nice-looking free throws. 38-35, three-point game. Shot clock off. Carbon with the ball. They lead by 3. Orth dribbles around. That's on a foul. She'll won't shoot free throws yet. That's team foul number 4.
Well, that was a broken press from the start, Sonny. I don't know what the strategy was there. They go into a man press, but apply no pressure at all. Orth just able to leisurely dribble down the floor. Takes 10 seconds off the clock before getting the foul. And they're still trying to play defense.
Whistle and a foul. Free throws. To the free throw line goes Smith to shoot 2. 38-35, Manti down 3 with 18 seconds left to play.
So Carbon takes 16 seconds off the clock because of miscommunication between coach and player on the floor. And because of that, they have a chance to make this a 2-possession game yet again. Right now with 3 ties it. So this is big free throws coming for the Dinos. They hit these, they're up 4. They hit the next, they're up 5. And it feels like at that point, game over.
I mean, you always want to make your free throws, but one of these is really important. That makes it a 2-possession game.
Yeah, you need to hit at least 1 and then don't foul on a 3.
Free throw for Smith is good. She got the bounce.
Now, Sonny, do you buy into the old-time saying of you foul when you're up 3? Because I don't. I think the Dinos just need to play clean, straight-up defense, especially with how this game's been going. It always feels like those kind of plays backfire.
Just play defense.
Yeah, play straight-up defense.
Second free throw up and no good. Rebound comes down to Manti. Here we come the other way, past the half-court stripe. With the basketball, it's Thompson. 3, long off the back of the iron. Offensive rebound. Over to Douglas. Douglas for 3. That doesn't have a chance. Off the glass. The rebound comes down to Carbon with 0.1 left. And it will go to Manti. But there's not enough time left on the clock if they keep it at 0.1.
No, you can't.
Carbon will win this game.
You cannot set and shoot.
Carbon wins.
Well, there you go, Sonny. What a win for the Dinos. Came down to the last second, but they escaped 39-35, and it's mainly thanks to Miss Chrissy Jones scoring a third of the Dinos' points. She finishes with 13 of the 39, so exactly a third of the Dinos' points. She woke up feeling dangerous.
Wow, the Dinos have a 6-point fourth quarter, and they win 39-35. I'll tell you what impressed me with Chrissy Jones tonight. When she did get the rebound, but when she did get the ball down in the post, she was cutting. She did not hesitate to shoot the ball. The minute she got it, she was going up with the shot. No hesitation. Didn't give the defense a chance to come over and play her. She would take the ball, go quickly to the basket, and she was scoring 13 points tonight for Jones. That was a great evening for her.
Yeah, what an effort. What an effort.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Final score, Carbon 39 and Manti 35 when we come back.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
What the Utah Miners Hospital offers is relatively unique in the country to help take care of people who have really dedicated their careers, their lives to hard work.
I have torn rotator cuffs in my shoulders. Honestly, I don't remember everything I've had done. I think I've had to wait 10 minutes one time. It's amazing that there's a fund out there. You have no medical bills.
If you're ready and you need us, please give us a call. We're happy to help.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Smith. After 6 years as a nurse, I've learned that sometimes our bodies just need a little extra support. That's what IV therapy can do. It can help you bounce back quicker after an illness, recover faster after a workout, ease migraines, and even improve focus and energy. Think of it as giving your body a direct line to the hydration and nutrients it needs to feel its best. I'd love to help you find the right blend for your goals. Reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram at wellness.iv.utah.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. Tonight, the Lady Dinos come away with a 39-35 win over Manti. Scoring by quarters, Aiden, after one, Carbon led 13-11. In the second quarter, Dinos outscored Manti 9-5 to take a 22-16 lead. And the Dinos really didn't get much going on the offensive side in the second quarter, but I thought their defense really took charge in that second quarter. I kind of feel like that second quarter was the difference in the game. Manti could never overcome that six-point lead that Carbon got.
No, they really couldn't, Sonny, and the defense was the story of the game. You saw a lot of good coming on that end from the Dinos. That's an area we've seen lots of improvement from the start of the season. You got to love when teams put an emphasis on defense. It feels like a lost art this day and age, but tonight the Dinos did it in spades. As a team, they had 5 steals and 4 blocks, a total of 31 rebounds, so it was a very good defensive effort for them. Sometimes they had stretches where the shots weren't falling, and every team's going to have that. What matters is how you respond, and tonight the Dinos responded like a very well-coached and a very talented basketball team.
22-16 at halftime. The third quarter, 11-11. So the Dinos had a 33-27 lead now in that third quarter. Let's talk about another time where the game kind of changed. Manti was kind of taking charge of the game. Coach Blank did a line change, and all of a sudden that 6-point lead that Carbon had was gone, and all of a sudden, after the line change, that 6-point lead was back. So at the end of the third quarter, it was 33-27.
Yeah, it dissipated very quickly, and once the Dinos were able to get back in their groove with the line change again, big thanks to Chrissy Jones, that's when we saw a lot of good come as a part of this contest.
And in the fourth quarter, 8-6, the Carbon Dinos were outscored in the fourth quarter. 39-35 the final score, though, and the Carbon Dinos come away with the 39-35 win. We'll take a look real quick We're going to have Chrissy Jones join us here in the broadcast booth in 1 second. Let's go through real quick and look at Manti. Leading scorer in the ball game, Madeline Bridges had 12 points in the ball game. She had a great night.
Yeah, that she did, Sonny. She was hard to stop at points, and she really lived up to what we expected from her. She had 6 rebounds on top of that, so she delivered the performance we were really expecting to see.
Carly Thompson with 8, Anderson with 7, Larson with 6, Douglas with 2. That's the scoring for Manti. They had 35 points on the night. Now, we're going to take a break. We'll go through Carbon's scoring, but first we're going to take a break and come back and talk to Chrissy Jones. Great night tonight for her. 5 points in the first half, 8 in the second. Big baskets down at the end of the game. She finishes with 13 off the bench. She will join us when we come back.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back into the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play again. Carbon coming away with a scrappy 39-35 victory over the Templars of Manti. Moved to 3-4 in their region slate. Moved to 9-13 on the season. Joining us now in the Sutherland's broadcast booth, we are joined by Chrissy Jones. 13 points tonight. Chrissy, pleasure to have you out today. Thanks for taking the time to come talk to us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So I guess my first question for you, did you wake up this morning and think, you know what, I'm going to be unguardable tonight. No one is going to be able to stop me. What was your mindset coming into this game that inspired this big 13-point run?
I'm going to be totally honest. I just had the mindset that I was going to sit on the bench, and when I went in, that I was going to put my best out there.
And you definitely did. You left a big impact on the floor. You scored a third of your team's points, as well as grabbing 5 rebounds, coming up with a steal. Now, one play I think we need to highlight throughout your effort is that last second rebound, final minute of the game. You guys are at the free throw line. You miss. You come down with a pretty big rebound. You put it up and in to give yourselves a 4-point cushion. What was running through your head as that play unfolds?
I just had missed so many layups, and I was just like, if I get this ball, it's going in.
Now, we had your sister on early on in the season. She makes her name from beyond the arc. You had a very good day driving, going up and in for layups. What does it look like at home when you two are practicing? Do you always practice going in for the drive while she works on threes, or what does that look like?
Yeah, Kayla's known as the shooter, and I'm known as the post, and I like to do layups more, so that's just how we roll.
You know, I agree with you. I think scoring in the post is just a little bit more fun. You get a little more physical, and you get to have just that much more fun on the floor. Now, tonight, pretty big win. Last time you guys faced Manti, it was 37-35, came down to a last-second charge call. Tonight, you guys really took care of business, and you beat them 39-35. So what runs through your head as a team? How do you get together as a team and decide that tonight's the night, we're going to come out and we're going to play a better game than we had last time?
We just knew that if we lost to them, that our state playoff isn't going to be looking the best. So if we beat them, we just were really excited to go farther in state.
And you mentioned the state playoffs. They're right around the corner, which is crazy to think about. It feels like just a week ago we were here to face off against San Juan to kick off the season. But do you put much thought as a player into who you're going to be playing in the state playoffs down this final stretch of the season, or are you just focused on the next game ahead of you in region?
I'm focused on Emory right now, but after that, state.
Yeah, that's fair. That Emory game going to be a lot of fun. You get to take them here at your own home gym. How's the team reacting? Last time you faced off against Emory, had to make that road trip to the Spartan Center to face off against them. That's always a tough trip. What excites you most about bringing them over to your turf this go around?
Just last year we got destroyed by them at Emory, and we beat them at home, so we're hoping to have the same effect here.
That would be a major boost for your RPI. Now, I always like to ask this because you are a student athlete, and because you guys play a lot of road games, you're missing a lot of school. How do you keep it all balanced? Going to practices, going to away games, heck, even going to home games with doing all your academics?
I just take it one day at a time and know that each day I can just try and put my best out there.
And, it's always good to take that approach to things. Now, we talked about your scoring today, but let's talk about your rebounding for a second. You pull down 5 boards, you come away with a steal. How much of an emphasis do you like to put on the non-scoring aspect of the game?
I really like to put an emphasis on rebounding because it's so important, but sometimes it just doesn't happen, but that's truly my goal.
It's always good to have players like that. I know coaches love to have players who love to go after the rebound. Now, Chrissy, before we let you go celebrate the win, anything you want to leave Dino Nation off with?
Just keep working hard.
Chrissy, pleasure to catch up with you today. Thanks for taking the time to come talk to us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Again, Chrissy Jones joining us in the Sutherland's broadcast booth. The Dinos coming away with a 39-35 victory over the Manti Templars. We're going to take a quick break, and we got more of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show coming up right here on 95.3 The Peak.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Smith. After 6 years as a nurse, I've learned that sometimes our bodies just need a little extra support. That's what IV therapy can do. It can help you bounce back quicker after an illness, recover faster after a workout, ease migraines, and even improve focus and energy. Think of it as giving your body a direct line to the hydration and nutrients it needs to feel its best. I'd love to help you find the right blend for your goals. Reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram at wellness.iv.utah.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back in to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show here on 95.3 The Peak. Again, the Dinos coming away with a scrappy 39-35 victory over the Templars of Manti, moving themselves to 3-4 in region play, 9-13 on the season. Joining us now in the Sutherland's broadcast booth, we are joined by head coach Jordan Blank. Coach, always a pleasure to catch up with you.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. It's always awesome to be up here.
And, it was a fun game from start to finish. You and I were talking a little bit beforehand. You'll take a thriller every once in a while, especially while we're young. Gotta when you get older, you want those more solid wins. Keep the heart rate down just a little bit. But tonight was a fun one.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, my doctor's going to start loving these games because I'm going to have to start getting on some heart medication pretty soon.
And it was a fun night tonight. At times, the offense wasn't able to get going, but it was more than made up for by the defense. Your defense throughout the season has really improved time and time again. You guys are playing very gritty, scrappy defense, but you're doing it in a way where you're not picking up too many fouls, keeping yourselves out of the bonus.
Yeah, and you know what? Credit to our girls. Like, they come in every single day. It's gritty. They play aggressive every single day. And what I love is we can change our defense any given time and know that we're going to be successful in whatever our game plan is, and that's awesome.
Another thing that really stands out about this team, and I know me and Sonny have talked about it time and time again, it's the depth that you guys have on this squad. You can throw several different lineups out there. You nearly run the entire bench onto the floor at any given moment. Some nights one player might not play, but the next they're going to be playing the whole game. So it's really fun to see the depth you have and how involved these girls are, even though some nights they might not be seeing the floor and others they are.
Yeah, and you know what? Credit to these girls because that's hard. Mentally, I think that's hard. Like, you're never knowing if you're coming in or not. And, that's something that we're trying to work through as a staff is like, all right, who are we going to go with? When are we going to go with them? But at the same time, what's nice is we are deep. We have a great bench. I mean, what did we play tonight? We played 10 or 11, I think. And so it's nice to have that. And we don't drop off at all. I mean, our leading scorer today was Chrissy. I thought she came in. We put her in to start to just guard number 11, and she's a great shooter, and so her whole job was to face guard 11. Next thing you know, she's scoring too. So she's playing both ends of the floor. She's moving the basketball. She gave us a great spark. Saren Nelson came in, gave us a great spark. Elsie Morley came in, gave us a great spark. Our whole bench, Blythe did. I mean, we had them all come in and do great things. Our starters did what they needed to do, and so I mean, kudos to them. I mean, we even had Naomi come in for a little bit there, and she came in, did great things, and guarded 13. And so they came in, they did their job, and that's something we preach to these girls all the time. If you'll do your job and have a team win, we're scary.
You guys really are when you get everything clicking like you did tonight. There was one moment in the third quarter, you start off, shots just aren't falling for that starting group. They're playing good defense, but a 6-0 run from Manti brings this one into a tie. You call a quick timeout, and you're able to get the bench back out there. You use your timeouts very well tonight, especially when things felt like they were slipping in Manti's favor. How do you approach, and how do you know when you want to call one of those timeouts?
Honestly, you kind of get a feel about, like, your team, and that's something like I feel like I spend more time with these girls than I do my own kids at some point, and so I get to know them. I mean, I love them dearly. I know them. I see their eyes out there, and so sometimes you just know, okay, we got to take a break and refocus, and it's nice because we're meeting with a sports psychologist. We're doing things as a team, and I think that's helping us mentally. I mean, we sit here and work physically every single day, but at the same time, like, mentally, we need to attack that. And how do we mentally prepare, and how do we get better and train our brain for those types of situations?
No, it's a very underrated aspect of the game is the mental side of things. One thing that stood out on that side of the game is it felt like every time there was a dead ball, especially when it came to Manti or you guys shooting free throws, it looked like you always had a player over by you trying to tell you what they're seeing on the floor, what they're seeing from the defense, trying to get that. What do those conversations look like when players come over to you during those breaks in the game?
Honestly, I think it's great. It's honest conversations, and I think that's a big thing for us is to realize they're on the floor. They see it probably better than we do, and we'll tell them certain things we're seeing, and sometimes they're going to just come right back and say, no, this is what's happening. Well, great, we'll fix it. Like, you're the one on the court. We trust you to be out there, so go do it. And they're taking that responsibility great right now.
No, they really are. Now, looking ahead, this is a fun stretch of basketball. Not only do you get that Emory rivalry that everyone oh so loves, but after that, it's the start of the playoffs, and right now, you guys jockeying for position in the RPI.
Yeah, and we're looking at it right now. We're We could go 10, 11, 12, maybe even 9, depending on what happens with some games, things like that. But I like our odds. I mean, every single coach we talk to, it's the same thing. I really hope we don't match up with you. We're a scary team because of our depth. Things you always know with 10 to 12 girls playing, somebody's going to be hot. And so that's the scary thing, that anybody can get hot, and we play great defense. I'm excited for what's going to happen. Hopefully we peak at the right time.
Now, we've talked about it before. This is a very young team, but those seniors play such a pivotal role in guiding these players, especially the younger ones who are seeing the varsity level maybe for the first time in their career. It's very important, it feels, to have that senior leadership, especially when it comes from a very basketball-minded person like Bailey Johnson, like Harley Hopes. They feel, all the seniors on this team feel like they know the game.
Oh, they do, and then it's so nice to have extra coaches on the floor, and that's what we call them. You know, you can call them captains, you can call them whatever. Honestly, I call them coaches because they can run anything. They know the situation. I mean, our guards do a great job at realizing, all right, it's a one guard front, it's a two guard front, whatever it is, and we can level out and we can play our sets and run our sets however we need to based off of that. And so it's just giving them a little bit of flexibility, and I think that's what's nice about later on in the year is we can give them that flexibility. I mean, it's still not totally that way all the time, but they're starting to gain that control.
Now, as you look at end-of-the-game situations, we had one you see pretty frequently across all levels of basketball. You guys are up 3 heading into what could be the last possession of the game. Sometimes you're going to hear coaches say we need to foul up 3, others don't. What's your approach to that? Because you obviously didn't foul tonight, but how do you normally approach a situation like that?
Honestly, I just don't like free points. That's my philosophy. I don't want to give them anything because at some point you still got to box out. You still got to do those things. And so with our defense, I think we can play physical enough to not even give them an option to get a great shot. And so that's kind of what I go into thinking.
You know, you and I think very alike. I hate that mentality of giving them the free points. I think it's one of the dumbest things you could do because it always seems to backfire too.
It does. And I mean, at the same time though, like you can be heralded like that was a great coaching decision or a bad one, and that's the joy of being a coach is you take that responsibility. But what's nice is our girls will always do what we ask, and they're very coachable, and I appreciate that.
You know, it's a very coachable group, and it's a group we're looking forward to seeing the rest of the season. Now, before we let you go celebrate the win, Coach, anything you want to leave the listeners off with?
Hey, you know what? We got one last region game against Emory. Come pack this house. There's nothing better than a packed Dino Den here. We love having everybody, students, free pizza. We're giving out pizza like. We want this to be loud. We want it to be just a great environment. This will be our last home game of the year, so let's make it a great one.
Yeah, the joint's going to be jumping coming up on Thursday night. Coach Blank, always a pleasure to catch up with you. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Again, head coach Jordan Blank of the Carbon Dinos joining us following Carbon's thrilling 39-35 victory over the Templars of Manti High School. We're going to bring Sonny back into the booth now, and we're going to start closing things out. Sonny, from start to finish, this was a gritty, hard-fought win for the Dinos, especially defensively. They did what they had to do. They shut down who they needed to shut down, and as a result, they come away with the win.
Yeah, I think the thing that impressed me the most tonight about this win was starting the third quarter, things started to go south for the Dinos, and we all of a sudden had a tie game. And Coach Blank decided, I'm going to make a line change. And he made a line change, and it changed the game right back to where it was, just proving how deep this Carbon High School lady basketball team is. They're deep, and, man, that's just got to be great for a coach to know that he can just do that, trying to change the momentum, just do a line change things, and it did. The lead was right back up to 6 points again right after he did that. That's the thing that impressed me the most tonight about this game here at Carbon High School.
You know, you can't go wrong with that. And like you said, going into the state tournament time, this isn't a team you're going to want to be seeing because of how deep they run. Over a 3-day tournament where you're playing so many games, having that many fresh legs, that's a major, major advantage.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the region standings now. I believe the North St. Pete Emory game is over, correct? North St. Pete comes away with the win. They go to 8-0. Emory now 5-2. Carbon 3-4. Manti 1-6. Union 1-6. That's how the standings look for Region 13. Anything else before we call it a night? Because we got to be back here. Well, we're not going to be back here. We're going to be at Manti tomorrow. 6:30 pregame, tip-off 7. The boys travel to Manti for Region 13 play.
As always, Sonny, go Dinos.
That's it?
That's it. Go Dinos.
All right. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you tonight. Once again, The Lady Dinos come away with the 39-35 region win over Manti. We will see you tomorrow night at Manti, 6:30 pregame, tip-off at 7 o'clock. I'm Sonny Buscarini. He's Aiden Mortensen. Have a great evening.